Well, good Sunday morning to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. I hope everybody is having a sure enough good Sunday, and I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'd like to make mention, if you are a new subscriber to the Home in the Sticks channel, I want to welcome you. If you are returning to the Home in the Sticks channel, thank y'all for coming back. But today we're going to do something just a little bit different. It's a little chilly outside, so let's go into this shop, and I think we're going to cook some soup. So give me a second, that's what we're finna do. All right, you and y'all, here we go. Soup, you say, huh, Dan? Yes, sir and ma'am. Believe we are gonna cook some rutabaga soup today. This is a first for me. I love rutabagas, but I never ate rutabaga soup. I'm gonna tell you now that I got this recipe from a person that lives here local to me, that actually I got the rutabaga starch from. And she was like, well, what are you gonna do with those rutabagas, Dan? I was like, well, I like to make a soup. She said, well, I got one for you to try. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what all the ingredients are. First off the list is we have 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 medium onion, and this is just coarsely chopped, 4 stalks of celery, coarsely chopped again, and I have 1 pound of rutabagas, coarsely chopped as well. But this actually isn't a pound. I have another piece of rutabaga that I'm going to show you how I chopped it up and how I peel it. As far as our wet ingredients, I have 4 cups of chicken broth, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and this is a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I was told to buy sure enough maple syrup, 100% maple syrup. And this is 100%, and this is actually an organic maple syrup. So that's what we're gonna roll with. Okay, spice-wise, I have exactly 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. We're going to use a little bit of ground nutmeg towards the end, and of course salt and pepper to your taste. As far as the ground clove, when you measure it out, make sure it is an even 1/8 teaspoon of ground clove. Let me get all of this stuff squared away, and then I'm gonna show you how I peel and cube up this rutabaga. Too easy. Okay, here we go. Here is our rutabaga. I found the easiest thing to use is just a tater peeler or a peeler. And just peel that skin off. Any of those bad spots or dark brown spots, you just peel them off with your tater peeler. It's all good. This stuff right here, if you're into vermicomposting, guess what? This will make some fine food for your worms. Now to cut this guy, all I do is cut him in half. Watch your fingers. These things can be hard to chop, and I just cut them into strips. Go like, kind of like that. Watch your fingers. Lord have mercy. Here's my strips. All I'm going to do now is just cut long ways or short ways. A real good trick to these rutabagas when you cook them, if you cut them all about the same size, they'll cook evenly. And that's what mine look like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up cutting up these rutabagas and add the rutabagas to the ones that I already did. And we're gonna move over to the stove and we're gonna start this soup. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our 4 tablespoons of butter to this Dutch oven. And this is an enamel coated Dutch oven, non-reactive. I love cooking in Dutch ovens or cast iron. So we're going to add that butter. We're also going to add in our celery. We're going to add in our onions. We're going to give this a good stir. We want to coat all of these pieces of celery and onion with that butter. Okay, what we want to do here is we're going to let these vegetables, the onion and the celery, we're going to let them sweat till they're just about tender. How we're going to do that? We're going to get the lid for this pot. We're going to cover it up. We are going to let it go on low for 20 minutes. So give me about 20 minutes and we'll come back and we'll get the rest of the soup going. Okay, the 20 minutes is up. Let's have a look. Oh my, that looks good. The onions and the celery are translucent and they look really tender. Let's move on. I'm going to add my 1 pound of rutabagas into the mix. I'm also going to add our 4 cups of chicken broth. And give it a stir. maybe deglaze the bottom of this Dutch oven. That looks wonderful. And it smells fantastic as well. Let's put the lid back on top of the Dutch oven. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna let the mixture of rutabaga, chicken broth, onions, and celery, we're gonna let that simmer for another 20 minutes. And the reason why we're doing that is we wanna try to cook those rutabagas. We'll know it's done when you could actually take a fork and mash that rutabaga against the side of the pan. So give me about 20 minutes and then we'll move on. All right, y'all, we are about finished. It took a little bit longer than 20 minutes to get these rutabagas tender, fork tender. I'm gonna point you down and I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now and the next step that we're gonna take. All right, this is the tenderness that we are looking for as far as the rutabaga. When you can take that rutabaga and squeeze it and it mashes up, this is the consistency that we're looking for. Now the next step is we actually have to take this mixture and put it into a food processor or something just to blend it up real good to where it's smooth. What I'm gonna say is if you had an immersion blender, that would work out perfectly. I don't have an immersion blender, so I'm just gonna use my KitchenAid and we're gonna rock on from there. All right, let's start moving this. Oops, that didn't go right. Be a blooper. Move this mixture from here to here and we're gonna give it a blend. All I'm gonna use is just a measuring cup and just pour it all in there. And be careful because this stuff is extremely hot. Let's give this a blend and see what happens. That is the consistency that we're looking for. So let me get the rest of this rutabaga blended up. We're gonna transfer it from here into another cast iron pot. And then I'll show you how we finish off the soup. Look who popped in, my Uncle Pete. Now to finish this soup off, we are gonna add our 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup. We're also gonna add in a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And we are also gonna add in our clove. We're gonna give this a stir. And we're gonna bring it back up to temperature. But the one thing that we do not wanna do is we do not want to boil this mixture again. All we wanna do is warm it up. So we're just gonna warm it up, but not to a boil. All right, that is the finished soup. Let me get it warmed up, plated up, and then we'll do a taste test. So give me a second. All right, you and y'all, the soup is finished. Let me give you a look. There is our rutabaga soup. What I did was I added some salt and pepper to it, and I also added just a little dash of some fresh ground nutmeg to this. And guess who the taste tester finna be? Come on, come try this. Give it a whirl, tell me what you think.
Outstanding.
Can you really taste the rutabagas?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Kind of like, I don't know what the consistency is similar to. Maybe like a porridge or something, maybe? I don't know.
The consistency is more like a potato soup almost.
Wow. Well, there you have it, y'all. My first ever time making rutabaga soup, and it's Unc approved. I tasted a little bit of it. It is quite good. So I wanted to share this recipe with you and y'all. I'll probably put it down in the description if y'all want to give it a whirl. Of course, you can always tailor it to however you want to eat it, and that's good.
Mine is gone.
I think it's gone. So it must be good. I'm finna end this video, and I hope everybody is having a really good weekend, a safe weekend. And if you like this video, go on and give it a thumbs up to help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come on over and give me a look, because I'm always doing stuff, really. And with that being said, you know it's coming. Dan Referee showing up, always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. You showing off, get your shine on. Especially when somebody likes your rutabaga soup. And Dan Referee will see you and y'all in the next video.